Hey there! Welcome to this Let's Play of King's Quest: The Silver Lining. Now, even though this is a freeware fan-made adventure game, I actually do consider this to be an actual part of the King's Quest license. Why do I say that? Well, even though Activision holds the rights to King's Quest, the actual developers and fans who made this particular game had to go through a buttload of trouble to even be able to get the rights to distribute and even finish the game. So because of all the effort that they put into that, as well as all the love that they put into this game, I do consider this to be an actual King's Quest title. Forecast in Daventry, cloudy with a slight chance of evil. So we're off to a cliche start here as the camera pans down and we see the Isle of the Crown from King's Quest VI. And you can expect to see a lot more familiar locations from that game, as well as some familiar faces from previous King's Quest titles. And here also, in fact right in the intro, we have our first inconsistency in the game. This sign, it advertises for a birthday, but the actual intro is about a wedding. So that makes me wonder, is that an inconsistency in the story, or is it just a massive coincidence that the birthday and the wedding are on the same day? Another thing you might have noticed is that, unless you're blind, the production values on this are phenomenal. The camera work and directing are fantastic. I've heard complaints that the 3D models look too plastic and too much like The Sims, but I don't get that. To me, they're very expressive and they show a wide range of emotions. I mean, this is a game that's being made in someone's spare time, and it doesn't even have any funding. And I just think it's a phenomenal feat that they've put so much love into it. The graphics look great. I mean, they're not Crysis graphics, but they're fantastic for what they are. You do not see many freeware games, especially adventure games, that look this good. And of course, you know, we're introduced to our fairy tale setting right off the bat. We got fairies with green skin, living statues, living chess pieces, centaurs, soldiers with dog heads, and even feudal peasants. And all these characters look like they stepped right out of a fairy tale. Even this wedding feels like a perfect fairy tale wedding. And I love that face right there. It's just like, oh yeah, you know you're a lucky guy getting to marry someone like me. Don't worry, sister. I'll never let anything bad happen to you, because nothing bad will ever happen to me. This is a perfect fairy tale wedding. Nothing terrible could ever happen, especially since it's right at the beginning of the game. Orlando Bloom, please take Lindsay Lohan to be your lawfully wedded wife. And boom! Plot twist! Somebody's having an episode. So apparently he's being possessed by Gruntilda, the evil witch. But you know, this intro right here, this part of it, actually reminds me of another fantastic adventure game, Indigo Prophecy. The intro which had the main character being possessed by evil men in robes to do something dastardly. Of course, here he's only possessed to be a zombie, but still. In fact, I'm surprised nobody's brought out the flamethrowers and shotguns, shouting, "Die, zombie!" Another thing that seems off to me about this is that nobody except like 3 people have noticed that the brother of the bride just walked out of the wedding. Although, to be fair, I myself have had the urge to walk out of weddings many times before. So I don't know, maybe it's common or something. You could also argue that this is too dramatic, but this is a fantasy game, and for me, a certain amount of melodrama is expected, and I don't think that hurts it at all. In fact, I think that helps it. The atmosphere is great, and if these guys weren't disbanding after this game, at least I think they are, they would be the perfect guys to do a Gabriel Knight series. Don't have a heart attack! You can make it! What's going on? Is it your period again? Organization 13? No, not Lindsay Lohan. Boom. Did you see that? That dog soldier has some skills. He blasted that guy away. There was nothing left. Or was there? You know, those dog soldiers could have kind of arrived a few minutes earlier. In fact, you know what would have been better? If they had been guarding the wedding the whole time. This is the wedding of a princess. I mean, I don't know about you, but I expect it to be a little more heavily guarded. Oh, well, whatever. The Silver Lining. Whoosh. And you might notice that King's Quest is not actually in the title. The reason for this is that Activision said there's no way you can use King's Quest in the title. If you do, you can't make the game. Too many legal issues, so King's Quest is not actually in the title. And also, while the 3D art is fantastic, the 2D art here is phenomenal as well, very well painted. It makes me think that if they really wanted to, they probably could have made this a 2D game. But I think they were trying to keep in line with the sequels and make this feel like an actual sequel to the series, and that's why they've had it be 3D. And hopefully this will be the first King's Quest game in 3D that didn't suck. So we're just going to jump right in and play the game. So episode 1 is titled, What is Decreed Must Be. And they have a bit of exposition here, you know, for those people that are idiots. So I just figure since it's here, I might as well just read it out really quick. When the royal family is once again threatened by the forces of evil, King Graham of Daventry embarks on a journey across the Green Isles and through a menacing storm in search of the knowledge of the Great Oracle. Will he find the answers he seeks? Probably not. What is the cause of the strange events surrounding the Green Isles? We still don't know. And what is the identity of the mysterious cloaked man? All fingers pointing to a member of Organization 13. Find out in the exciting first episode of the long-awaited the Silver Lining. Begin episode. You might notice that there's a loading screen here. The last time I saw a loading screen in an adventure game was Monkey Island 2 Special Edition, but for the most part it's a rarity and something you usually only see in RPGs. It's not annoying though, it's a quick loading screen. My biggest problem with it is that you never see it again. There are loading screens, but they're only black screens with kind of a wait icon, which makes me wonder why didn't they use it again if they had more loading screens. Well, look on the bright side. At least they made it to their wedding bed in time. Oh wait, that's the brother and the sister. Never mind. Excuse that comment.
It was evil. It was pure evil.
Just like Twilight.
Did you get a good look at the stranger before he vanished?
I was too busy staring at my bride. What do you think, you idiot?
Sudden, and he was wrapped in that cloak. I just know he lifted his hand and was...
Who was that stranger? And why did he do this to our children?
I don't know. But if this spell can be cast so easily, there has to be a way to undo it.
There has to be one, my lady, but I'm afraid I know not how.
This magic is foreign to me, sire. I've never seen a thing like it.
Do you know anyone who might know what this magic is?
I do. The Oracle of the Isle of the Sacred Mountain. Her knowledge is greater than the ocean, but very few people are ever allowed to see her.
Because she's invisible.
You'll have to see me.
My love, you're not...
I most certainly am.
Your Majesty, if you're going to seek the Oracle, I'm going to...
I, Guybrush Threepwood, will assist you. Wait, son? King Graham's son is Guybrush Threepwood?
This is my duty. That is yours.
But...
You must stay here, do you understand?
This is an adventure game. There's only room for one player.
You do that, my love. I promise I'll be back. Farewell, my dear.